Hi, I also wanted to thank Civil Beat, but also to thank all of you for being here to hear our stories this evening. I was very honored to be asked to share my story, but I felt very overwhelmed. Speaking to children comes very easy for me. Speaking to parents is comfortable, but speaking about myself to an audience is hard. But with a lot of encouragement, I started to think about how to share my story. I could share and talk about the children, the parents, and teachers that have touched my life and helped fulfill my dream of becoming an educator. Now, this was exciting to me, and this is how my story begins. I am the youngest of 5 children, and there was an 18 years difference between my brother and I, who was the oldest. My sisters just above me is 10 years older than I am, and there are 2 other sisters between them. And I'm so proud that my sisters are here this evening to hear my story as well. I love children, and dreaming becoming a teacher was just my whole life. Fortunately, I had many opportunities to help care for nieces and nephews as I became a proud auntie when I was 7 years old. Being the youngest, my parents were much older than most of my friends' parents. My parents were strict and hardworking and instilled in me strong values such as harmony, respect, humility, punctuality, strong work ethics, gratitude, and positive thinking. My dad worked hard as a boatwright, repairing and maintaining yachts at Waikiki Yacht Club, and my mom worked hard taking care of the family. She was a quiet, strong, and wise woman, taking care of our family finances, cooking, cleaning, and clothing all of us. She even sewed my sister's formal dresses and my friends' bridesmaids' dresses for her wedding. She could do anything, but was always humble and kind. My parents were the biggest influence in my life as they taught me that I could do anything. My mom always emphasized hard work and looking for the positive side of things. She would say, if you look for the negative, you'll only see the negative. But if you look for the positive, you will find it and it will grow. I have made every effort to live my life with a positive attitude and focus on being grateful. I have been fortunate to have surrounded myself with positive people and opportunities. My love for children and my desire to become a teacher grew and guided my education. I graduated from the University of Hawaii at Manoa with a bachelor's and master's degree in elementary education with a specialization in early childhood education. I began my teaching career as a volunteer and substitute at Tenrikya Preschool. In September of 1980, just before graduating with my master's degree, I was surprised and proud to be offered a teaching position there as a 2-year-old teacher. Then in January of 1981, I was asked to teach a 3-year-old class, where I remained for 7 years. In 1984, St. Andrew's Schools acquired Tenrikya Preschool, and after much renovation, we moved the school to its present location in Upper Nuuanu Valley. So in March of 1985, we opened our doors as Queen Emma Preschool. Last month was Queen Emma Preschool's 40th anniversary of educating young children in Hawaii. In 1987, after 7 years of teaching, I was surprised to be asked to become the director and lead the newly created Queen Emma Preschool. This year marks my 45th year as an educator and my 38th year as the proud leader of an amazing team of teachers who are here this evening as well. My job as director is very diverse. I work with prospective parents who are beginning to search for preschools for their young children. They tour our facility and ask lots of questions. I remind these parents that finding the preschool with the right fit for themselves and their children is what they must keep in mind. I even started a potty learning workshop to support parents of our applicants who were challenged with getting their child potty trained and ready for school. Together with my staff, we help to educate them on child development and share stories of success and methods of helping them with the potty learning process. I work to support new families as they transition to school, giving them tips on how to navigate the first days of school, setting up their transition routines, word choices they could use for better results, and supporting them as they transition their child from home to school. Parents also asked me if they could stay longer the first week of school because they took off from work. So I gently asked, "Are you going to stay longer every day?" And they said, "Oh no, then I just have to drop them off." So I explained that setting up a reasonable routine, like reading one story or playing one puzzle together and then saying goodbye, would help their child transition faster and never leave without saying goodbye. If your child begins to play and you sneak out, they will not trust you and they will cry and hang on to you and not leave your side. This will continue for many days and you'll feel like it's taking forever. This reminds me of my first day going to kindergarten. My mom didn't drive, so my parents enrolled me in a private school, which is about a mile away from our home, but they had a bus that would come and pick us up in the early morning. My mom rode the bus with me on my first day of school to show me what I needed to do. When we entered the school, she told me she would sit right outside the door and wait for me. I hesitated, but then walked in with the rest of the children and the teacher. I turned around and she waved and then she sat right there on the chair. Every time someone opened the door, I could see my mom sitting there. The next day I had to ride the bus by myself, but she said she would be waiting for me when the bus brought me home. When the bus turned the corner, I could see her waiting for me. She was always truthful and loving, and this gave me the confidence and support that I needed to go to school every day on my own. I love working with the children, so I substitute often in the classrooms and visit the classrooms daily. I sit and talk with the children, and they share wonderful stories with me. They sit and they share about their upcoming trips and invite me to come along. They share their secrets, draw pictures for me, show me how they can complete puzzles now, and write their own name. I often talk to the children when they have been having a difficult day, reminding them to make good choices. Sometimes a teacher will bring a child to my office to talk to me when they have had multiple reminders about their behavior. One day, a child came to my office because he was having a really hard day. He was not listening to his teachers and his friends. He took away toys from them, knocked down their structures that they had built, and screamed at his friends and even the teacher. After the teacher brought him to my office, he had a total meltdown and threw himself on the floor, having a major tantrum. He was screaming, but would pop his head up and look to see if I was watching. So I pretended like I wasn't watching, looking down, but keeping an eye on him the whole time. Slowly, he started to calm down. But as he gasped for air between his cries, I said in a soft voice, "When you calm down, I will talk to you." He slowly started to come down and he said, "I'm ready." He came up to me and I put my arm around him. We talked about his behavior and what he could do the next time. We also talked about how he was going to apologize to his friends and his teacher. Then when I asked if he was ready to go back to his class, he said, "No, I want to stay here." So I gave him an extra 5 minutes and we walked back to his class. He apologized to his friends and his teacher. But I told him I would come back and check on him and that I would check in to see how he was doing. The funny thing is, whenever he had a really hard day, his teacher shared with me that they would say, "Do you want to go to Miss Susan's office or do you want to stay in our class?" "I want to go to Miss Susan's office." So that wasn't an option anymore. But to encourage his good behavior, he got to be the office monitor and bring messages to me or come and pick up supplies from the office on the days that were good, that he had good days. Whenever I entered the class, he would run up to me and tell me that he was having a good day, and these children often develop a good relationship with me and we become friends. Parents also share stories or comments about the challenges of parenthood. One morning, a parent entered the room and with a big sigh, she commented on how difficult her morning was getting her child ready for school. The child is usually very excited and will get dressed and go through the morning routine with ease. But that particular day, she was fussing and crying and didn't want to go to school. But when I looked at the parent, she was dressed very casually, wearing shorts and slippers. So I said, "Are you off today?" And she says, "Yes. I know, I thought about keeping her home, but I have so much work to do." So I suggested that the next time she was off, she should dress like she was going to work. Her daughter may have been confused, but know that mom wasn't going to work that day. Well, the next day she came up to me and said, "You're right. I had the day off again today. I dressed like I was going to work, and look at her. She's fine." So we both had a good laugh. When I thought about my story, I knew I wanted to talk about the amazing teachers and staff at Queen Emma Preschool. Preschool teachers are very special people. They care for the children like a parent would. The teachers nurture, guide, and love them. They support all areas of development. They are responsible for the physical and emotional well-being and ensuring their safety. They teach them valuable life skills, values, and morals, and they help the children navigate and make sense of their world. The teachers understand that young children learn best through play and exploration, and they provide loving and supportive environment where the children feel safe. They are role models and offer guidance and support during challenging times. The teachers also take care of the basic needs like toileting and eating, observe and assess their progress and development, and regularly communicate all of this to the parents. So it's no wonder they're exhausted, right, at the end of the day. But then they get up the next day and they do it over and over again. I have such an amazing, dedicated staff. My teachers have been teaching together for many years. Currently, I have a teacher who has also worked for over 40 years, 2 others with over 30 years, and another 2 with over 18 years working together. And of course, we have new ones that join our family as well. So a family can be your biological family, but a family can also be your work family. It takes all of us working hard together, and we are a family too. We are there to support each other, love each other, give advice, share our life experiences, laugh, and listen to each other. We have grown as a family where teachers come right out of college, get married, have their own children who also came to Queen Emma Preschool, and even return to work with us. Currently, I have 3 staff members who graduated preschool at Queen Emma Preschool and are now working with us at school too. This year, I also have 15 alumni parents who graduated from Queen Emma Preschool and have enrolled their children to give them the same experiences that they had. And now their parents return as grandparents, and we are one big family. I was introduced to my husband by a good friend and a teacher at Queen Emma Preschool. I had waited a long time to find the right man, and then I finally met the man of my dreams. We have been married now for almost 28 years. We never were able to have children of our own, but he has wholeheartedly supported me, and together we consider the thousands of children, parents, and staff that have come through our doors at Queen Emma Preschool, our family. The children call him Uncle Glenn, and the staff often refer to us as Mom and Dad. Together, we've supported them, prepared snacks and meals for them, given them advice, listened, laughed, cared for, and nurtured them. And together with the teaching staff at Queen Emma Preschool, we have created the legacy of Ohana. Thank you.